Hello. Shush. God damn it. See, now I can't even pretend that I didn't know, or like, that I meant to be muted, because you can see me speaking while I'm muted. God damn. Anyway. Hello. Let's have a... Yeah. Oh no, no. Yes, look at this. The beard's been there for a while. This is new though. Oh, for fuck's sake! No, no, no. See, you can't see what's going on here, but I'm desperately trying to rearrange the face cam. No, it was already growing well before the lockdown. There we go. Slightly more cropped. Hey, right. Let's see if I can remember how to make AI vehicles then. So, where we left off was here. You'll never guess what it is. So, let's have Muzak. Where's my ticker? There we go. Hey, it's already picked up on it. Hello. Shall we just play the Pokemon Sword and Shield OST? Yep. There we go. This whole stream is getting copyright striked. Oh boy. Anyway, yeah, so how are we all doing? Yeah, I've spent basically the entirety of the time between the Le Mans 24 and now I've just been playing Pokemon Sword. And I have never played Pokemon in my life before, and I don't understand why. I just don't understand why, because it is absolutely the kind of thing that I can get absolutely obsessed over very quickly. Like, why didn't I get obsessed with that instead of bus sims? Then I'd have been like one of the cool nerds instead of one of the really weird nerds. You know, Pokemon's a socially acceptable nerd thing, like Star Wars. Star Trek's going a bit out there, but it's still pretty acceptable. Oh no, Pokemon is definitely one of the cool nerd things. Right, so these two... Is that me, or... Because I'm not really a short guy. I'm not a very tall guy, but I'm not a short guy. Hang on, no, this doesn't want to be grass? Yeah, grass. That's what it doesn't want to be. It doesn't want to be grass. There's so many versions of common.dds in this file. There we go. Right, now I need to make some vague approximation of this shape here. Oof! F. I think that I've just witnessed a murder. See, what you're seeing here is what's known as absolutely fine. Also a slightly disgusting way of modelling. Right. So it's going to be a little bit interesting. I do a Blesser tutorial. You mean a Blender tutorial? I've thought about it, but it would take quite a long time to do an AI vehicle Blender tutorial. I have done a Blender tutorial for I have done a Blender tutorial for buildings before, but not for AI vehicles, because they are much harder and would be much more difficult to cover in a reasonable amount of time. Plus the way I'm doing this particular bit of modelling is a bit disgusting. Is that the right one? It doesn't really matter because it's all grey. What I'm doing here is I'm just fleshing out the headlights a little because it makes a surprising amount of difference having a bit of depth in the headlights. So you can see that that goes in probably too far now. Right, this is going to be the tricky one. Because I want to push... Well, actually, it's not going to be that hard. That's what she said. And now you also get to see me checking over to the stream chat every now and then to see if my joke was funny. That's probably going to be my best bet, followed by this. Right, this is going to be interesting. I think it's the best thing to do is going to be to just do this. Then triangulate that properly. And then this is tricky. I mean, the headlights do only have to be good enough because they're just sort of... Doing this is just sort of a small extra detail. It's not really anything particularly significant. But that's not okay. That's really not okay. It's kind of fine from the side that you view it from, but it is absolutely not okay from the front. Also, that's horrible. How's that ended up like that? Right, how am I going to deal with this? Because this definitely needs pulling out at that side and in at that side. So maybe I can just actually do it with the model rather than the UVs? Yeah, there's 11 of you watching me hiccuping now. Hello. This whole thing's just going to have to be good enough. It's never going to be perfect. I mean, it could be perfect if I modelled the actual geometry and tried to fit what texturing I have to that, but that's not about to happen. So I might be able to make it at least slightly better if I just conform a little bit more to it like that. Right, and that will probably do the job, honestly. Like, the headlight model detail that I'm doing does not have to be super complex. It just has to be there. So long as it's there, it brings out the shape of the front end quite well. That works. Right, let's just check that the... hang on, I need to check my naming convention. Oh yes, I need to bring along the mat ret. So naming convention 04 is glass. No, I don't put that on the glass layer, do I? What layer do I put that on normally? Do I put it on the glass layer? Yes, I do. Okay. Yeah, that clips. It's probably going to be better to fix it by moving the glass rather than by moving that. There we go. Nice bit of clipping there too. Yep, that'll do the trick. Oh, hello. Oh, that's fine. That geometry conforms into exactly. Okay, that's the lights done, I think? Yep. Lights are done. Cool. Let me just check how I've done on the body mapping. Yep, body mapping is done. Light mapping is done. Not light mapping, but light mapping. This is a bit disgusting. That's why it's a bit disgusting. Can I see it better in texture mode? No. Well, I'm just going to have to make an attempt and see. How could I see that was a bit disgusting before? I can't see it at all now. Hello. Right, what am I doing? I need... Why is the body texture completely black? Hang on, I might as well just grab the materials from over here. So that's the LED. I'll just copy these over into this model. Oh, we're in edit mode. There we go. If I just copy those over into this model, then delete them, then I can just use those to grab the textures, the materials rather, that I want. And this one's going to be glass. Okay, how's my bake texture looking? Have I actually made it properly yet? I can't remember. That's that one, so it's this one? Yes, I have done. Good, okay. That means all I need to do is split off the glass and start splitting the whole thing out properly. I wasn't going to make the glass repaintable on this one, so that makes my life a lot easier. I need to split the body colour away. First I need to split the glass and details off. Yep. Me too. That's why I'm not having it. Some of my vehicles I do have repaintable glass on. Detail or details one? I just need to get the naming convention correct, because that makes it a hell of a lot easier to import stuff later on. Then the material for this needs to be, just call it bake, specular all the way down. There we go. And then the material for this needs to be... Hey, oh, it's because I saved it, yeah. I saved it and that got rid of the material swatches that I had. I'm really proud of the model on this one. I think that's probably my best one. Oh, and I do need to do something for the indicators here. It's not going to be perfect. Oh, that was incorrect. SY minus 1. Yeah, see, this is why I have zero intention of making more than one variant of the of that Scania. I think that would just be suicide. So these bits, these glossy black, or are these plasticky black? Those are plasticky black. I do also need to map these separately, but those are they're plasticky black. And I need to separate out the glass. Do I want to separate out the glass just yet? Yes, I do. So those bits are all glass. Well, I might as well make this glass as well. That's just going to make life a bit easier. Yep, okay. Is it 03 glass? No, it's 04 glass. Oh, I need to merge them into that one. Just thinking, I've already done 04, haven't I? Yeah, so that needs a transmap made for it. I'll do in a bit. The body, why is the body all black right now? So, body. Oh, it's because I am in texture mode, not material mode. Right, then. Hello. That's a bit jagged, but it'll look less jagged once I've done material for it. These curves were really annoying. He is, isn't he? That's a shame. Right, stream cancelled. That bit is bonnet colour and this bit is grey. Pardon me if I do some dum-dums today. I am a bit bleary. I have done some very successful work on my final year project. I've made some lovely steps forward. I am tired. I have finished Pokemon Sword, the main story. I know there's a post story as well, which I do fully intend to do. Such a good battle theme. Very hard to hum. How? How? The second gym's easy. Just get an electric type. Done. If you really need to, go do some max raid battles and just over-level yourself for everything. Okay, that's what that looks like. And I'm going to go with using the glass material on here too. I'm just going to make the badge part of the glass set. I think that's going to be best. Oh, that's an interesting little bit of shading there. It's not a little bit of shading, it's a little bit of this mesh pokes out in front of that one. Well, it takes minutes to... okay. See, something's still wrong here. Oh, I know. It's just the way that this has been triangulated. Sometimes you gotta triangulate manually. That ain't right. This ain't it, Chief. I think I can just eliminate everything that's not glass from this bit of model. Okay. I believe that I normally put that on the details layer. Then I need to, as long as I'm completely happy with this model and I'm sure I'm not about to change it again, I need to duplicate it. I think it's O2 bake. Yeah, O2 exterior bake. Right. So then this layer, the underneath. I have way too many orphaned textures in here. This bit of underneath texture is the thing which stops me from being able to sell this, incidentally. Sell these models independently. Because it is from the underneath of the SD202. So I'd need to replace that in order to sell the models commercially. Or use them for anything other than OMSI. right? Okay. Is that a good thing? Did you want to do that? Or did it just sort of emerge from the dead? Oh, that's the normal thing to do with old computers. You should make it a Minecraft server, that's traditional. Do I have... I do, cool. Right, I think that's ready for OMSI, what do you think? Huh. Cool. Right, exterior colour. This is where things get a little bit interesting, because I now need to remap this because of the way that I do mapping. Right, where are the missing bits? I mean, they don't really matter that much, honestly. Hello. There, it's that one, isn't it? What, on the original speakers? Yeah, that'll do it. This is it, Chief. Right, let's apply this mirror modifier. Let's add a mirror modifier, how about that? Ding, ding, doo, doo, chicka, chicka, doo. Now I just need to quickly... and I need to select through as well. That should be it. Cool. You should have left it dead. See, I don't have the Gen 1 nostalgia. I mean, I don't have the anything nostalgia. The anything Pokemon nostalgia. I don't know why, I just never played. My life is one long string of missed opportunities. Why Alrighty, there we go. Hey, I actually got it close enough that it considers them linked. That's pretty neat. There we go, and that is the UV layout that I'm going for, except that I have messed up with the door handles. Balls, oh well. Let's just do them well enough. Hang on, that was the right way around. Close enough. Also close enough. It's not as if anyone's really going to be repainting this. What is that? Is that the roof-mounted aerial antenna blobble? No, that's the roof. What's this then? What's that part? Oh, it's the registration plate holder. That's fine. I don't need to worry about that. I will quickly deal with this. So it doesn't matter too much if there's some small inaccuracies in this. It's not like it's not like it's, you know, a bus. The likelihood that anyone will actually repaint this is really quite small. What material is assigned to this? The bake material. Not anymore. We are in material mode, yes. Oh, hang on. There we go. There's no more modifiers anywhere. So where's exterior bake? Is that still? Yep. So this one needs completely different material. It needs to have the... Hang on, it's already here. It needs to have the bake material. Yep, there we go. Yep, well, they could do that. I have mapped it in such a way that it's perfectly easy to do that. I'm not sure if these wing mirror indicators are correct, but that's how they're going to be. Okay, so I need to do some transparency mapping. I need to do some panel gaps, which is always a bit of a nuisance because they never come out looking very good. Windscreen wipers. And let me just hide the exterior bake again. There we go. Look at these chubby cheeks. Do these things have the... Yeah, I'll just do that in the texture. Oh god, the wheel texture is going to be interesting, actually. Do I have a... That'll probably do. Yeah, that'll be fine. So I've got a bit of texturing work ahead of me. Ignore these current wheels. I think I'll be alright, but thank you. What is next thing? Well, I should fill in the rear wheel arch. You know, I hadn't actually clocked that the music was different for Trainers and Wild Encounters. But now as I think about it, of course they were. Yes, things. I need to add panel gaps. I hate adding panel gaps. Adding panel gaps is just really annoying because it never looks very good. I mean, you need to do them because it'll look even worse without them. But they just look a bit eh. They're the thing I like least about the models I've made. What size did I just explore that to? Well, it doesn't matter. Half the size it needed to be. Yes, it does matter. No comment. Yeah. There we go. Where's my toolbar gone? It's hiding under the layer bar. Hello. Hello and willkommen in this stream, where we are listening to Pokemon Sword and Shield music while I add slightly iffy looking panel gaps to the texture of the model I'm just making. A Zoom appointment with a dentist. What? That's a new one. If you told that to anyone like 3 months ago, what? Aerobics workouts? What? Where do aerobics come into this? I'm confused. Ah. That was such a good game. I'm sad that I finished it. Fortunately, I still have the post-game to go. Because there is a second post-game story. I found that it helps a little bit to put these panel lines in around the edges of everything, basically. Just panel lines for everyone. You get a panel line, and you get a panel line. Yeah. But at least there is a post-game. I never said it was a very good post-game. What are they called? Shieldly and Swordbert? Like, honestly? Somebody came up with that. Somebody was sitting down one day and decided this is the name that we want. It's probably going to be best to fake a smoother curve rather than following it exactly. I don't know, but the reason I'm doing this is also because these gaps need to be thicker. They need to be thick! And I also want to smooth them out compared to the original, so honestly it's probably just best for me to continue on doing it like this. It would be interesting to find out though. What, Trident? See, the thing is, Trident is a cool name. You know? That's a good name. That's good branding right there. But giving someone the actual name Shieldly. Yeah. See, messing around in Blender right now, I've now got myself back up to the same kind of, my normal kind of viewer numbers. Racing for 24 hours straight, I maxed out at 12. God damn it. I mean, I guess it's because this is, while it is appealing to a more niche group of people, it is also part of a smaller content base. You know, 24 hours of racing is quite hard. Oh, hello. Yeah, and that's not going to change unless I do more racing content. No, I was doing the 24 hours of Le Mans last weekend. And it was my first ever endurance race, and I am mostly pretty happy with how I did. Except for the thing. We're not going to talk about the thing, alright? Hello, Steam Summer Sale. Hi, Edward. Okay, mate, there was that. It was a learning experience. I learned a lot of things very quickly. It was a lot of fun, though. Especially the night stint. That was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the night stint. You browse a field testing a map. How? Hello.
That's fine. I'm just wondering how I'd be interested in your locking amplifier, but it's
Oh.
fine. We'll do it later.
I mean, I can show you my
No,
locking
it's fine.
amplifier.
Do it later. Look, it's fine. Yeah, you're busy.
I am now adding panel gaps.
So which one?
The Prius.
Yeah, look, just
It's
too sleek.
extremely interesting.
Is it just too smooth and sleek?
The thing is, literally drawing straight lines
Yeah.
on a bitmap image, I have more viewers than a 24-hour race. That's great, isn't it? This is what the people want. Like, shall I just do an RT? There we go. This is the stream now. 10 hours of paint drying. Let's go. Here we go. This is what you want, right? This is what you came here for. Paint drying and Pokemon music. Shall I just like put this up in a small window in the corner or something? Speed it up? Slow it down. Yeah. No, I don't envy you with window frits, and that is why I decided to do a gasket glazed version or bonded glazed one. Now I understand why ADL has always stuck with gasket glazing. Oof. 10 hours each. Bloody hellfire. Who's Jem again? I don't recognise the name offhand. Oh, the Growl. That's the name that I know him by. Yeah. Oh. Oh! 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 BKG. That guy. There's a lot of Scanias in the works at the moment. I'm going to need to be quick if I want to get mine actually in. No? Still no? No? Okay. I'm just completely out of touch. Who are people? What is developer? Am I going to be able to do this? Because the way I've mapped it has distorted it quite significantly. It might work, or it might just look really weird. I'll see what it looks like when I put it on the actual model. The way I've done this mapping is odd. Like, I always do odd mapping, but this might be a step too odd. Da, 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 da. I do not recognise them at all. Oh, that one. Ah, yes. I don't know. All this free work you keep getting. Well, no, I presume that they're at the very least getting a copy of it. Yep. I need to get back to that at some point. I have spoken to Ratty about that. He has some rather nice sounds that I can use. Obviously, they're not from an N270UD, they're from a K270UB. The main difference being that the K270UB has an inline engine and a straight axle drive. It doesn't have portal axles. Whereas the N270UD does have portal axles, which means that it makes that high pitch that varies in volume with the load on the transmission and varies in pitch with the speed. You'll have to talk to Josh about that one. Well, I mean, you could talk to Helvetica. Helvetica? Is that how you want to... Just Helvetica. There you go. He's called Helvetica. Helvetica. It's 280. There's more than one version. Because I think that the 2 yada yada rating is just sort of the PS value. Yes, that's the one. 250 is the diesel version and 280 is gas. I think that might be done. Don't think there are any other panel gaps I need to fill in. I'll just turn that off. And the problem is all of that work and it's still going to look rubbish. This is the thing that I like least about the models that I've made, is the way that I do the panel gaps. Because since it would take a long time to try and do them in such a way that light actually sort of not bounced off them, so they actually look like they're dips. I mean, I guess I could try using the emboss tool. But yeah, you could talk to Helvetica. What does inner shadow look like? So if I just hit emboss on this, and then I do something like that, and then I eliminate everything that is this shade of grey, and then I brightness contrast it up. So that's now pure white, and then I transparency it like that. What does that look like? Does that just look awful? Yep, that looks awful. Let's not do that. Let's just do this. Let's do it the same way as all the others. Hello. Oh, and hello Reverse Idol as well. It took me so long to work out that your username is Reverse Idol, not like Reverse Idol. I was really confused for the longest time. Oh, hi. See, everyone else gets a nice hello. But that one. Problem is I can't really see the result because it's backed onto white anyway. What lolleen? Lolleen. I think this is... I think it's very hard to see what it's actually going to look like. Right, let's tell you what, just for this test... This is the wrong way to do this, by the way. Just for this test, I'm gonna make that red, just so I can see what the panel gaps look like. Yeah. Oh, it's using CTI body.dds. That's not correct. That's why it's all black. Interesting. I definitely saved this as that, didn't I? Oh no, it became a PDN because I did that. Oh no, shit. Arse, back it up, back it up, back it up. There we go. Nothing happened. Yeah, it's Prius. It's 100% Prius. Right. There we go, how do those panel gaps look? Well, they need to be a bit lighter, but in general, the things I'm looking for is how straight they are. And these are a bit odd, but in general I think that that's pretty good. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, they do need to be lighter, but generally that's pretty good. Oh, it's the cooking minigame, everyone's favourite part of any game. Scania. How about Scania? It's my new version. Right, let's just slap a red texture on. I'm not going to bother scaling it properly, this is just a test run. There we go, that's much more like it. So that's a bit kinky. Kinky. So the other bit that was a bit old is this bit down here. Oh, I see the bit that'll be looking odd. And overwrite mode. It's really annoying that there isn't an overwrite layer mode, only an overwrite tool mode. Everyone loves the cooking minigames. Though to be honest, it is quite fun being able to go and actually play with your Pokemon. Yes, go you. What? Opter? I've always called it Opter. Right, back to this. There we go. That's the bit I've missed. So this side of this panel gap along here. So here. Think this will look fine. Right, that was less painful than I thought it would be. That bit takes ages normally. Yeah, that looks fine. I'm happy with that. And I think I got the bake setting is just right as well. Oh, there's one bit I've missed actually, up here. This is going to be a bit interesting. Yeah, not to get political, but it's time to get political. What reopening pubs means is not that coronavirus is over, we're all done and sorted. What it means is that there's enough space in the emergency ward for you. There we go. Right, that is the model. Not quite done. Firstly, there's this that I've just noticed. Secondly, I need to do the transmap. Where's that bit? What bit of model is that? Because that looks like it's mapped properly. Oh, it just overlaps a bit too much there. It's this bit. I am quite familiar with the Rotom Rally theme because I bred an... It took me several hours to catch an Eevee because I have a sword, not shield. And I decided to breed every single variant. And the best way to do that is to drop one off with a Ditto, which also took ages to find and catch, one of the right level. Is to drop off a Ditto in the wild area daycare, and then just do the Rotom Rally backwards and forwards over and over and over again to get your step count up, because they hatch based on how many steps you've taken. Right, that should be the last bit of that I need to do. There we go, that's sorted. Glass. Glass is going to need its own separate map. So actually it's only these bits. This is going to be a bit interesting to map. I think what I'm going to do is... So that kind of works like that. Okay. Oh shit, I still need to do the wipers. Oh, I did put a sizzlepede in the first slot. Because that has the correct hidden ability. That's beyond me. So this bit needs to be in a definitely opaque bit. This bit needs to be in a definitely opaque bit. These bits need to be in a definitely transparent bit. Not completely. Oh, this is my favourite piece in the game. Oh God. Don't start. Just don't start. So out of interest, is anybody here because I recently updated my signature with my Twitch and YouTube channels? See, honestly, at uni, genuine thing. It's just that they're all gay. I don't have anything to leak. Okay, now that's a lie. Is that what people come here for? Do they just come here hoping that I'll leak something interesting about London? I was so tempted to hype up the release of the re-release of the South London project. I love how aggressive the bells are, just bong, bang, bong, bong. Unnecessarily aggressive. Right, now for the bit where I have to guesstimate it. Probably there. How's about that? What do we reckon? Windscreens normally look about like that, right? That's so close to... Me shouting bing bong bang bong has lost me some viewers. Is that not what you wanted? That looks about right, doesn't it? The other thing that I might do sometime this week, depending on how my final year project is going, is I might I might show off the upcoming new version of the Master Deck pack. Also, is it just me, or was Master Light a better name than Studio Polygon Light? Oh yeah, poker jobs, they're a thing. I don't know where the top brake light is on a Prius. Okay. I will just jam in the light itself there and not bother making a model of it then. Because making other alterations to the body now would be really annoying. There we go, that's a bit of bleed space. Let's have a look at the ref material. Oh, there it is. That's it there. Should be fine. Honestly, it would take an annoying amount of time to redo that. Right, so the other thing I wanted to do to it is add some heating strips on the rear windscreen. There we go. So this bit might need adjusting, but all in all that's probably fine. And because it's a trans map, it needs to be a targa because of reasons. I don't know why trans maps have to be targas, but they just don't work otherwise. This is going on a bit. Okay, sure. So... yeah, I'm just going to leave it body colour. Okay, now we can grab our transparent texture here. Okay, and that, I mean, it's probably fine. Can't actually see it. Let's just do an opaque version of it to check it out. Same as we did for the other one. Yeah, it looks pretty okay, doesn't it? Yeah, I like that. That'll do. Alright. Ooh. Yeah, just call it the city bus light. There you go. No, everyone knows what it is now. Though people still get confused by it. What are we doing? Where are we dropping, boys? Oh god, yes, he made the quick hitter. And he just straight up used the Apple QuickTime logo. And just, like... really? Did he not think about this? What am I doing? Why am I going so slowly? Am I basically ready now? No, I need to make an interior. Then when I've done the interior, what else do I need to do? I need to separate out the registration plates. So I've got plate fronto, so Control J, body, O5 plates, plate front one, plate rear one, Control J, body 06, text, glass, duplicate, body 03, interior, assault screen, yep. Yeah, I have forgotten the assault screen. Oh god. I am a slow boy today. Is that front... surely that front bit's a quarter light, right? That can't just be a solid bit of plastic, surely. Yes, it is a quarter light. Okay, so I need to do a wee bit of remapping. Hotel assault screen. I didn't need to... Yeah, 9. I'm forgetting all my hotkeys. I mean, I might be able to do something with it. If I just do a wee bit of remapping, maybe? I don't want to remap this. Oh, I probably should. If I just scale everything uniformly. What are you even on about now? Well, like, that's been the S&P's goal for the last, like, century. Now they can finally do it. Let's think. So, the rear, I nearly said lower deck, the rear passenger window also wants to be in a darker region. I need to add this quarter light. Tell you what, the easiest way to do this is going to be to grab all this, take it somewhere else, take this, scale it up. Rotate it through 180 degrees so it fits better, scale it back down again, scale it back up again, grab these, move them. Which of these is the rear window? That one. So all of this is light stuff, so I can just slap that into a pixel over here or something. And I can take this space and do something more useful with it, so let's just scale this over here. Actually, that piece I do need, because I have a plan, a cunning plan. Oh, that was interesting. It's not what I was expecting. So that bit's going to have to be light, this bit's going to have to be dark. Right, so my plan goes something a little bit like this. Okay, fuck that plan. The plan has been abandoned. This reminds me of a piece of music from Sonic Colors. Right, now we export the UV layout again. Except that we do it with everything actually selected. Honestly, this whole piece of music wouldn't be out of place in a Sonic game. Nine. Also 9. Why does Marnie have such a soft theme? Marnie's awesome. Marnie best character. Well, she's better than Hop. Hop is infuriating. Here's a new chapter in the story of my legend, mate. Right, that'll do. And now let's quickly do a version with this in white so I can check it out. There we go. See, I thought that bit was supposed to be thing. Oh man, my brain is online right now. So what's this layer then? I thought that thing was supposed to be a quarter light. There you go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Okay, so apparently the glass is all still there on the... Oh, the interior. Yes, that's fine. Man, my brain works well today. So what does this have on it? Anything? Nope. Do you have a picture of your... Oh, wolf. I fucked up that bit. It's fine. There were no fuck ups. Oh, hang on, I need to do a quick... So this is why you do stuff to check it in Blender. Oh my god, I'm going slow today. Somebody else must be using the brain cell. No, it's the historical bit. The mysterious story. Why is int missing a bit? Oh. There we go, that's fine. The story's a bit odd. Because, I mean, it's very, very clearly written for children. But, like, children are capable of understanding some quite complex stories. But then at the same time, there's some weird things that just... yeah, it's an odd story. Oh, oh dear. Things are getting heated. Oi, snap. No, you just don't fancy snapping today. Is that how we're working right now? Just no snapping. No, we do not do snaps today. Snaps are illegal. Cool. That'll do. Right, now I have to build something vaguely dashboardish looking. By vaguely dashboardish looking, I mean a grey blob that's, like, extends backwards a bit. Oh hey, would you look at that, a dashboard. Ah, that was easy. Right. I'll probably use the seats out of the E-class. Yeah, this is the advantage of making AI stuff, is you can take an enormous number of shortcuts. Speaking of shortcuts, you know what are great? Parcel shelves. Because this has a parcel shelf now. So now all we need to do is extend this down and fill it in. Oh yeah, it's slightly annoying to select. Hang on, I just don't have through selects turned on. There we go. That'll make life easier. Right, now I need to see this in the context of the rest of the vehicle. So I can get it lined up right. Right, and now let's grab the seats out of this. Actually, let's just grab the interior out of this quickly. And also stop the roof from poking through the roof. Because we can't have that. There we go. I am making all the AI vehicles for London. Through select is very useful. What the fuck have I... What curse have I brought upon myself? Oh. This piece of music I have listened to for far too long while trying to get fucking Eevee. Why do I not have that panel on my glass anymore? Pray tell me. Let's just join it in and see how it looks. Because you can only get EVs. You can get evolutions of EVs on that legendary island. Hang on. Well, it's not really an island, but you can only get EVs themselves on Route 3. And in Pokemon Sword, they really don't spawn very often at all. I must just have accidentally separated that without duplicating it. What's going on up here? It's not triangulated, is it? Right. What have I done this time? Have I deleted the whole interior? I think I have, haven't I? How the hell have I done that? Why is that a piece of exterior bake? What am I doing? What the hell have I done? Oh my god, I am a professional. There it is. Don't do that. Right, so exterior bake. What's going on with exterior bake? That's fine. Exterior colour? That needs this removed. Okay. Getting back with the picture. Then 002 is the seats, cool. Also 001 must be that bit, yes. And then we flip that again, right. Well, I think I've undone whatever mess I managed to dig myself into that time. Plates, text, interior 002. That's actually about right. Do I really need to change that? Not really, honestly. Like, I'll pull this back a bit. But, like, other than that, that's an interior. I mean, I could just leave them. Yeah, that's fine. Now we need some humans. Oh shit, I've still got to see the yellow D, haven't I? Right, that'll be fine. Yes, these are absolutely human. 100% human. There's nothing unusual about these at all. I was already fixing that when you said that. Yeah, that. So if you look at the default AI vehicles, they actually have something very similar to this in them. Right, so I still need to do the bloody LOD medal. Medal? Yeah, the LOD medal. Everyone wants their own LOD medal. Right, let's get rid of the colour on this. Funky. Extremely funky mine. No, they have not yet been done. 1014 by 1014. Yeah, that's what the cool kids do. It's a hexagonal prism with really low-res textures. What, the... oh, yes. Yep. The LOD model. The LOD model's a hexagonal prism? Just turn off the transparency everywhere. I know I keep forgetting the way to view this as it is normally. My god, my brain's not online today. Oh, I see. It's just a terrible pun. Ha. 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 Right. That should do that. Shall I do the wheel textures now? I have a feeling I'm not going to finish this today, because my brain is gradually shutting down. There you go. Wheel textures done. Maybe I should do a little more than that. Well, I've done this a few ways in the past, but it's different for every single wheel that you do, because you want to not make it just look like you've copied and pasted it in a circle, but you also want to eliminate some of the lighting effects that don't make sense. Kind of like that. That kind of works, doesn't it? However, the reason why I normally do that is because normally I will cut out one... Yeah, no, the wheel logo's going. Normally I will cut out just one spoke to make my life easier. Let's just see how centered this is, actually. So if I just... Hang on, that's not the tilt. Best battle theme. Let's see how centered this is. So this is 1144 by 1138. So that is too much for my brain to deal with right this second, apparently. Hang on. 5522. So 572. So how central is it? That's not bad. I might just be able to use this as is. I might need to do something about the particular lighting on this bit. But I think I might be able to just use this as it stands if I can just cut the openings out nicely. That's not helping. I was wondering what was going on there. This is going to be a bit annoying. Cutting out the wheels is always a bit of a pain. See, normally, I mean, what I might be able to do is just copy and overwrite. Yep. Let's see if this fits the other ones. That looks acceptable. It's pretty damn square on picture. See, the squarer on the picture of the wheel, the easier it is to make it work. The less adjustment it will need. I might just try to fix the lighting on the bottom left side. There we go. Right, and the logo. There we go, logo has been airbrushed out of existence. That should look pretty good. I know that's way too big a size. Currently all of my wheel textures are too large as texture size, really. They're all 512 by 512. They should really be 256 by 256, but for the time being, it'll do. There we go. That looks about right, doesn't it? I mean, obviously that doesn't look right, but, you know, that looks right. So what is this continued problem here? Because I'm going to need to be able to view this texture ignoring the alpha channel. Turn on use alpha. I mean, I can can turn on transparency, but that's not what I'm after. No, that's not what I'm after. Why is it doing it differently this time to all the other times? Oh, well. Well, there you go. That's what it looks like. With whatever weird alpha mode it's trying to use. What, making stuff? Yeah. Oh, now I can view it properly. Cool. So, now I need to make the LOD versions. Hey, gym challenge. Hang on, there's an easier way to do this. Only render. Oh, only render apparently includes background images. Right, so this is how I make LOD models. I take some screenshots of the model from the angles I need it from. London, out on London. And it will also be available freely shortly after that. As many as I can be bothered to do. Hang on, let me just make a new one called Render Glass or something. Which doesn't have the lights on. Right, there we go. That is the texture I'm going to use. Oh, right. Yeah, whatever. They can do what they want. They'll start whinging about that as soon as somebody of prominence says that. Up until that point, nobody will notice or care. But as soon as somebody of stature says that, they will notice, and they will suddenly care. Yeah, but you're a lowly bus developer. You don't notice anything. You wouldn't have seen anything wrong with anything you made if it wasn't for the veg who were there to... I shouldn't call them veg outside the OMSI community, because it can actually be really quite rude in some circles. That's not going to work. I was hoping to get away with murder. I can probably still do something like this. These are not the same size. It doesn't matter. This'll do. This bit of the model really doesn't have to be, or this bit of the texture really does not have to be perfect. It does need to not have that bit on twice though. He wide. Hi, Jamie. Oh boy, this is not the most exciting bit of modelling work in the world. I like the crowd chants. So now what I need to do is make a new one and slap. I love the Dynamax music. I need to slap that on. It's object, isn't it? No, yes. Then I do that. Then I take this and I slap it on there, and then I try my best to cut out these areas, but that's going to be difficult with this particular one, I feel. Hang on. Yes. This is going to be a bit annoying. Well, let's see how we go. Oh yes. I need a bright pink layer to show me what I'm doing. There we go. Bright pink makes everything better. And I can just chop bits off. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if there's a little bit of overlap in places. Hello. You've missed an amazing nothing. I am making LOD versions now because if you don't do that, performance gonna be bad. I don't have any control over any other part of the performance of Add-on London. The only thing that I have control over is the AI vehicles performance, and they're gonna perform as best as they can. Now, if there's lag in Add-on London, there will be lag in Add-on London, by the way. It will fry your potatoes. Then it's not gonna be because of my cars. Nope. What? Out of London is going to need a good computer. Yep, there you go. There's your leak. Leaked information right there. I don't need to bother with the wing mirrors because they're just going to be a block colour. Hang on. Holbury is my favourite town in the game. It feels the most British to me. Plus I just don't like the music for Wyndon. It's just a bit aggressive. Even then, you're not going to get above about 400 in my experience, but that's obviously just me, my PC. I need to put that back. Right, and now there's the bits that I need to colour in specific colours because they're going to be that colour normally. So the underneath of there, and the underneath of here. And I also need to finish off this bit. Should be fine. So these models are only going to get viewed at really quite long distances. So it's fine if they're a bit off. That needs... I'm glad that Bonnet gets her own battle theme. Though I still don't get why Marnie's main theme is such a gentle, soft piece of music. Not correct. There we go. The thing that keeps confusing me in Paint.net for some reason, and I keep forgetting it, is that if you have the paint colour set to be fully transparent, then the eraser will be transparent too, unless you are, as in it won't do anything. unless you are in overwrite mode. Yeah, I seem to remember Roadhog doing some tests on trees and their performance a while back, and what impact changing the tree textures had. Done a lot of experiments of that kind. I think performance impacts were negligible on both on file size. I mean, this was just a blank, a completely code-generated blank map, which was just full of trees placed like one every 10 meters or something, and that was the whole map. Hammerlock's my least favourite place in the game. It's just weird. Like, why do they have to make the stones that dark? All the buildings, all the stone, it just looks weird. They could have made a really nice sort of, I don't know, Edinburgh-ish thing. I don't know, it's just weird. I'm not a big fan. Do. It's only going to be viewed from a distance, and that'll be covered up by the wing mirror blob anyway. And yes, it will be a wing mirror blob rather than a proper wing mirror. That is about it, I think. Yes, that is done. Right. Overwrite mode. Yeah, PS has a lot more features. Yeah, exactly that. I would be using Photoshop if it wasn't for the price, which I am not about to pay. Okay, so now I need to make an LOD model. Come on. Nearly there, home stretch. And then I need to import the whole thing into the game. But we're skipping over that bit. We're just going to ignore that for now. Yes, but I'm no longer in uni. I've still got to finish my final year project, but other than that, I'm done now. That looks really nice. I'm really happy with how the front end's come out. And the panel gaps have come out better than on most of them. The Mini, for some reason, just looks But I'm happy with that. You know what, before I forget... Where does the rear windscreen wiper go on this thing? Does it have one? Some cars don't. It does, okay. Oh yeah, I need to apply that first. I mean, honestly, the windscreen wipers on these vehicles are maybe a bit excessive. That'll do. That's fine. Rear windscreen wiper, I'll grab it off the focus. Or something. Yeah, focus is there. No. Steam. No. Don't tempt me. Ooh. Interesting. Where is everything? I must have copied a blank mesh. Apparently that's just empty. There's nothing in that. That's weird. I've definitely selected this mesh, which definitely has that in it. Copy. Paste. Where is it? Where is it? It was only render. Yes. Well done. Good job. Well spotted. Spot the deliberate mistake. Okay, so it's offset a long way to the left. It's also a completely different kind of wiper blade, but shh. This isn't a Toyota Prius. This is a Prius. It's just a Prius. There is no Toyota here. Nine Butterfingers. Yeah. It's gonna be fine. Just gonna have to rotate it through some slightly odd angles. It's all gonna be fine. Trust me. This is the bit where I horrify Roadhog. This is a somewhat horrible way of modelling things. Incredibly crude. But you know, now it has a windscreen wiper. It didn't before. It's fine. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so last thing. Actually, before I forget, I need to add the matte red. So the matte red is a little plane which has two materials on it. One of which being the main body material, and the other of which being the LOD body material, which I need to create. And the whole purpose of this is to retain the materials in memory all the time, because when it switches over to LOD mode, if the memory in OMSI, if the texture memory in OMSI is getting a bit full, it will push out things that it's not actually using at the moment. And the problem with that is that if you have a vehicle popping between LOD distance and full detail distance, it can take that texture out of texture memory, in between those, so you get white pop in as it jumps between the two. I did a bit of testing and it was... it just wasn't working great, so all I've done is I've added a little plane into the model, which is always loaded, which has both materials on, so they're both always retained in texture memory. It takes a tiny bit of extra texture memory, and it means that you don't get pop in between the two textures at all. Hopefully that made sense. So you can see that it's just a plane that has these two textures on. That's it. That's the entirety of it. Right, so now we can finally make the LOD model. And I'm going to just start with doing something like this. Stow on side is weird. How am I going to make this? Am I just going to... No, I can probably do it simpler than that. I can probably just do that. And that'll probably be good enough. Yeah, Stolenside is weird because it's like this desert city which has got such an English name. Yeah. So long as your LOD texture is nice and small, it costs barely any video memory to just keep it in memory all the time. Now, I might not be the best modeler in the world. I am certainly not the fastest, and I am certainly one of the clumsiest, but I take pride in working out things like that I can do to make things more efficient. That's the thing I like doing. Okay, so... yeah, you can do that as well. It's just in this particular case that doesn't work for me. Yes, yeah. No, that is a better way to do it, because then you don't even have to have another material in memory at all. But that was not going to work out for me because of the way that I've been mapping my AI vehicles, and I'd already kind of got to the point where that wasn't going to work by the time I started really thinking about it, so this was my other solution. I mean, you've seen the way that my AI handle their textures. It is completely different to the way that, as far as I'm aware, anything else made for OMSI handles its textures. I certainly haven't seen anything else handle the textures the same way. I'm running out of talking. I need to apply the origin. I only currently have the Ferrari out of the GTE cars. I'm quite happy to get the Ford if that would be more comfortable. Right, so long as I'll be able to fit that. How many textures does it use? I can show you the whole AI texture folder. So, in fact, it might be easier to show you on one of the completed vehicles. So, have you been here when I've shown the way that I actually make these AI before? Because I make them in a weird way. I think it's really quite an efficient way. For vehicles which are a single colour. That's the important thing here. So, I have two main body layers. I'm just going to assume that you haven't been because there's a bit of delay right now. I have two body layers. One of them is a solid colour. Or a set of solid colours. These are all 1 pixel by 1 pixel textures. Then I have this layer, which has a material which has the panel gaps and has the shading and all that sort of detail on it. So you can see it has the panel lines on it, it has the shading on it, etc. Then I render both of those, and what that means is that I can make dozens of different colours. So for instance, this the E-class has 6 different colour variations, and I could add dozens more if I wanted to, all of which are 1 pixel each. So the advantage of this is... Thank you. So the advantage of this is that you can have a massive number of single colour repaints for any of the vehicles for very, very, very little cost in terms of texture memory, because there is one 1024 by 1024 texture which that vehicle uses, which is shared by all of that particular vehicle, so that's only held in texture memory once. And then the actual colours of the vehicles are very, very small in texture memory. The other thing is that they're also still mapped in such a way that if you blow up the texture to say 512 by 512 like this one is, I think, yep, you can also do a full normal repaint of the vehicle, and you can just paint it in block colours and all the panel gaps and everything appear on the top. So this is not efficient for making buses, because you'd have to have two 2K textures, one on top of each other, for every different repaint. Oh god, 30728, where did that come from? Like, where did that come from? Like, it just gets blown up in texture memory to 4096 by 4096 anyway, so you either use the extra texture space, of an actual 4K texture, or cut it down to 2K and save 4 times the video memory. Use 1/4 of the video memory. Anyway, have I rambled on long enough about that texture yet? The other thing is that all the vehicles share components from this common texture. Then they also have a trans map, which is used to cut out the windows, and a wheel texture, because I want the wheel textures to be repaintable. Yes, it doesn't save texture memory if you have a vehicle which has to be 2K anyway. So if every repaint is going to be 2K regardless, then this doesn't make sense, because then you just got a 2K texture on top and then another 2K texture underneath for every single one. So every repaint is still 2K. Whereas for this, if every repaint is 1 pixel, you have one 2K texture and then a whole lot of 1 pixel textures. So it works for this specific instance, but it's not so great for buses, or trams, for instance. I need some water. My tongue is drying up. Och, aye, the new. Water. Shall I do the whole of the rest of the stream like this? Just to annoy Ross? I think that'll really help. Anyway, what was I doing? I was making a... Sorry, I was making a Toyota Prius. That's what I was doing. And if you ask me, I think it was going really well. Like, honestly, I think I've been improving as I've been going along. That's not quite good. So... Yeah, but who'd want a Scottish accent? You. I mean, to be fair, Scottish accents can be kind of sexy, but not when they come on a nerdy ginger bus spotter. Oh, what's incorrect about that? I was just stating my opinions on when Scottish accents are sexy and when they aren't. I didn't make any reference to any person in particular. I'm not sure what you're objecting to. That doesn't work. Okay, I need to make a new cut along there then. Chichester's kind of like Snowy Bath. I just put it that way round. That seemed like the right way around to put it for an off wiper. Oh, go on. No, we're not doing the snapping thing today then. Snapping is still illegal. That'll do it. Oh yeah, I need to cut these here. then I need to wrap that round there, but after I have built the back bumper. Why didn't you tell me? I was relying on you, and you've let me down. I can't believe it. I just can't believe it. Right, anyway, wiper blade. Initiate wiper blade reorientation protocol. There we go. Well, that might be true. Yep. Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable reason. There we go, the wiper lives there now. See, look at these people. They're useful. They're helpful. Yeah, both Oxford and Cambridge are doing a whole year online. They are not... I mean, it's not... So the thing they're doing is they're still holding seminars in taught classes. So small groups of up to about 20 or so. But lectures are all online. So you'll still have to come to the university and pay your accommodation fees. But you won't get the actual lectures. Just the seminars. Assuming that nothing else happens in the interim. Like World War III, for instance. Oh shit. 9. Right, then smooth it. And then we make this sharp all the way around the outside. And then we need to add a sharpness modifier to it. That'll do it. Right. And now we just quickly mark out some seams. Yeah, this is going to be odd. Because I'm going to have to line up the outside edges in a weird way. Oh well, let's try it. Where is it? Yeah, so I need to extend the roof a bit. And then, yeah, the front end is going to be odd to try and map. I mean, that's way off. What's going on? It just needs to be way smaller. Yeah, that lines up with about there. Ah, there we go. That was what the problem was. Okay, getting there. Just needs to be good enough. I mean, the whole idea is that you barely see this. Why? Because I've got linked selection mode on. Yep, that's fine. I feel like I'm doing this to a time limit now with the music. Maintenance is a good idea. Yeah, I've test driven the Ford before, a while ago now though, so it might be very different with the tyre model changes. I didn't find it particularly unstable as such, but I certainly didn't find it fast. Sounds like food will be ready soon. So that would be a good time to call it a day when it happens. Got a good long way. Right, so I just need to do something to the top of that texture. Let's just... That is the one that I actually need. Oh no, it isn't. I can get rid of it. No. 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 Oh, no. 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 Okay. All I need is this colour. Blop. And the other thing I need to do is quickly replace that colour with that one. Might as well do it all the way around. Cool, right. There we go. Now, from experience, those windows are going to look a bit odd. So I'm just going to take the contrast out of them a bit. Yeah, I just find the Wyndham theme to be a bit in your face. Yeah, it's just weird. It sounds like the inside, it should be the theme for like a power station or something. Not a capital city. Oh yeah, I also need to get rid of the EU part of the registration plate because it'll be mirrored. There we go. Yes, I do. Okay, I need to adjust the front end a bit. Yep, well, they're all having EU plates anyway. Look at that delicious low poly model. Right. Yep, they're all getting EU plates. Don't ask. Just don't ask. Also, if you try to adjust them to be UK plates, all the text will be offset. Like the text is modelled in the correct place for the EU identifier badge on the side. So it'll all be shifted off in the wrong place if you try to adjust it. Though I'm sure somebody will just replace it with a George's cross or something. Okay, what's next? I need to duplicate this. I need to remember what name it's supposed to have. LOD01 bake. LOD01 bake. And then this one is LOD00 colour. And that needs remapping to match the mapping of exterior colour. So UVs, where's the view, draw other objects. That's... Oh, hang on. No, I'll just have to export the UV layout of that one. Oh. Oh yeah, that is how I normally do it. Export the UV layout, then open the UV layout in this one. Ooh. Oh yeah, because that's like 8 pix by 8 pix, isn't it? So export the UV layout at a usable resolution. There we go. And then we scale this to approximately match that one, so that you can use the same repaints on both. The bonnet will be different. It's only got to work sort of kinda sorta right. It doesn't have to work perfectly. the bonnet is going to be interesting. So which one of these is the... Okay, that's where the badge comes. So I'm going to have to do some playing around with the bonnet to make it kind of work well enough. Like that, perhaps? Hang on. I can't really just export it from this view. So what shape is it generally? That does curve out a bit like that. This is not meant to be the most repaintable thing in the world. If it was, then I'd be doing a terrible job. Oh no, hang on, that's the windscreen. Oh. That's why it was a bit odd. So then that... needs to do like that. Actually, I should be able to get away with projecting this from above looking at it. Yes, I should. There we go. That'll work much better. Okay, what's left? Wheels for the LOD version. And yeah, I'm not going to finish this right now. So, and that is Woofle. That's Whirl. That's Woofer. Thanks, I'll be down a moment. And that's Whir. Then the armatures. So all of them need to be merged into the details mesh. Oh shit. Have I got something hidden? Oh, right. No? Oh. So what's detail 001 right now? Oh, it's the windscreen wiper. Let's just have a look at this individually quickly. Yep, so I need the rear pads. That one and that one. I got that one. Really? Okay, apparently. So those go in there. That's Woofle pads. That's Woofer pads. I don't need the discs separate anymore, do I? No, I made them combined. Where are the hubs? Why do none of these wheels have hubs? Right, they do have hubs. Oh, is it combined in the pads mesh? Yes, it is. So these ones are already combined. Okay, fine, good. Okay, and then we get the position off this one. And then this is LOD Woofle. And this one will be, guess what? LOD Whirl. were. Those definitely in? Yep. The thing I forgot to do there was I forgot to actually UV map any of them. But that's fine. And now they all need the same material, which is the hub material. So if I just quickly hide the proper model. That doesn't actually have the right material. There we go. There we go. Now that is a perfectly acceptable Chicago AI vehicle. I know. Once I've done this last texture, there we go. And the model is now almost done. Hang on, I nearly forgot one last thing. There we go. That'll do. It always does. Anyway. Yeah. That is... I think that's an interesting shape. Hang on, let me just dissolve that quickly and do it like that instead, and then I quickly need to do the same for this one. That's better. So that is our low-res version of the vehicle, and this is our high-res version of the vehicle. There we go. Just turn the glass off. So that's what it's going to look like when you're up close to it. And that's what it's going to look like when you're a long way away from it. That is me done for now. Yeah. I'm very happy with how this one's turned out. I was a bit nervous about it. I was a bit nervous about the tail lights for one thing, but I am generally very happy with the way that that's turned out. I think that looks excellent, and I think it's going to be a really nice addition. Anyway, we have worked our way almost all the way through the Pokemon Sword and Shield soundtrack in the meantime. But yeah, I think that is as good a cue as any for me to exit. and then get this thing in game tomorrow probably. Like I've finished the uni work I need to do for the week, so I think I can probably spend the time. Though I also need to check when the iRacing servers are going down for maintenance so that I can test out 4. Anyway, yeah. That's it from me for the day. I'll see you later.